What up, fam? This is Rob, aka Truth Teller. You can call me Truth. I'm here to talk about bringing fathers back. So this is my introduction. The overall goal is to try to get families back together, especially fathers in their kids' lives. I'm trying to connect with lawyers. Now, understand that this is not, or I'm not trying to be a lawyer. This is more for resources. I will help you try to get the paperwork you need to file and push you in the right direction. I mean, eventually, if everything works out the way I plan it with this nonprofit, we should have lawyers on deck where they will pick and choose certain cases that they will accept. Now, at some point, yes, I will probably be taking donations, which, like I said, this is all nonprofit. It's all going to help the kids. Has nothing to do with me. I just know that right now in this day and age and time, we need to get our families back, fathers back in these kids' lives. And I mean, you got to understand, it has been great numbers where people have, our fathers have been getting more responsibilities and getting more results, you know what I'm saying, from the courts. But first, I would definitely tell you, try to work it out and not to go to court. But we already know sometimes that doesn't work out like that. Also, with this platform, I will be doing stories, starting with my own. This is going to be one of many videos, I'm sure. I'm going to try to have people come in, professional people, mentors, therapists, people coming in, telling their stories. I would like people to reach out, send me stories, videos, emails. And if you want to keep it, you know what I'm saying, inconspicuous, or you don't want to, you know what I'm saying, say your name, that's fine. I mean, I just want people to understand that it's also therapy, you know, and a lot of it is therapy for me, because you can't just keep holding things. And then especially being a man, you know, a lot of people, you know, expect a man to be strong, not to talk about certain things, but you have to let some things out. Doesn't matter who you talk to, or just as long as someone is listening. So I'm using this as a tool for that, for people, you know. So just listen to other people's stories. Don't be afraid to tell your story. Like I said, I don't have to, you know, tell nobody your story. You can keep it anonymous. We can change names and all of that. You know what I'm saying? So this is kind of where I'm coming from. So I hope you share, like, subscribe, and just pass it to anybody who needs some help, far as, you know, custody issues, you know, trying to see your child. Because if you're paying child support, a lot of people don't understand that you do have rights to see your child. And again, this is not a platform where we're battering women, and, you know, it's men as well. You know, it's just an outlet to try to make things positive and bring these families back. Once again, that's why it's called BFB, bringing fathers back. Now, you might say, well, you know, it's all about, you know, fathers. What about the women? Well, no, I'm not saying that I won't help women. That's not what I'm saying. But right now, as it stands, the issue is fathers. And I mean, now let's go a little deeper. You got to understand that this is not going to be an easy task. A lot of times it's waiting, because when you're dealing with the court systems, you be putting on hold. You got to wait. Now, I'm going to say a couple things real quick. Document everything. If you can get text messages, emails, you're writing things down, that's going to be in your biggest favor. That's the main thing. Now, like I said, a lot of times when you go into motions and appeals and all of this, it sounds fancy and all that, but it's really not that big of a deal. It's mostly waiting. And, excuse me, so in saying that, sometimes you might need a lawyer, especially if the other counterpart has a good lawyer. You know, unfortunately, some people can't afford lawyers. And I will talk about some stories in other videos about I represented myself, you know, and come to find out this lawyer was just garbage. You know what I'm saying? And he was mad because I came in there just knowing the little knowledge that I did, because I did my homework. And you're not just going to talk crazy and throw me under the bus, which he couldn't, because I had all documents. You know, so he was very upset. And then the other counterpart spent all this money on a lawyer and didn't even need it, and didn't even get the results they was looking for. So now I'm not saying that I'm a lawyer or nothing like that. It's just basically doing your homework, knowing what papers are filed, knowing what kind of laws is out there. So it's basically educating yourself. But you also got to understand, you got to be dedicated, because once you start this process, it can be a long process, because even with one of my court case situations, it lasted 2 years. Very stressful. Very stressful. I wanted to give up, but at the same time, that's why I say I don't get it. I do understand, because some men be like, I just can't deal with the situation. It's just too much. And I get that. But at the end of the day, it's not about you. It's about this child. So you have to hold and stand your ground, is what I'm saying. And also going with that is, like I was saying, I mean, you might be in a process of waiting 2 or 3 months before you go back to court, and this person is violating, your rights. And, and it's not like it's that simple. You can just call the police and, oh my God, it's contempt of court. No, you have to document it, because when you do go back in front of the judge, just have all your P's and Q's and I's and dotted and crossed and all that stuff. So once again, this is a resource situation where I'm trying to push you into the right places to go to get what you need. I'm not trying to be a lawyer. Overall, I'm trying to get lawyers on board where I could send lawyers 10 cases and they pick which ones they want. Has nothing to do with me. I'm not getting paid. None of that. Okay? Now, like I said, the only reason why I'm talking about donations is because eventually, or sometimes, there's a case, like I said, where you need money and you need a lawyer to help get a child out of a detrimental situation. And in that case, I think that's why we need to have some funding stashed. So when we can go ahead, if it's a certain case, we need to get this child out of the situation. We need to, make it happen. So once again, that's kind of where I'm at. This is just my introduction video. Putting this out. Once again, this is called Bringing Fathers Back, BFB. They call me Truth. So it's going to be it's interesting as well as fun. Because you're going to hear a lot of stories. You're going to see a lot of different things. I want this to be a positive channel. Now, there's going to be some negative issues with people with their stories, but take what you can and what it's worth, and then just take it and run with it. So once again, if you have any problems, you can go to truthteller, TRUTHTELLER, at solution, SOLUTION, .com. I'll say it again. Truth, TRUTH, teller, TELLER, at solutions, SOLUTION, for you.com. All right. So once again, this is just an intro video. Hope you get on board. Share with your friends. If you know anybody who's going through any issues, need any help, I'm gonna try to answer any questions. Try to respond as soon as possible. Push you in the right direction. Once again, kind of new to this, so take it for what it's worth. All right, y'all. Love you. Peace.